Seed Company, who wants you to know about their summer meeting on Wednesday, August 21st. You know how deeply I care about ag, so I'm locked into these topics for the meeting, including input costs for the 2025 growing season, weed control, fertility, seed traits, new varieties, herbicide, and crop protection pricing, and all industry news. RSVP today, heftyseed.com/store meetings, or call 402-646-2040. It's the Hefty Agronomy Meeting at Harvest Hall at Seward County Fairground on Wednesday, August 21st from 1 to 2:30 with lunch at 12:30. Free lunch. Don't miss it.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today: scattered showers possible this morning. And probably sunny skies expected this afternoon. We'll see a high around 82. Tonight, partly cloudy skies with a low around 65. And tomorrow, mostly sunny skies return. The light breeze and a high around 86. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring your friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. Hurry, this deal ends soon. See Home Club for details.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
I can't believe I just scratched that card. Find my insurance card.
Dude, what do you have in this glove box? Ew, are these socks dirty?
Oh, forget about the socks. I need my insurance card.
Just pull it up on the State Farm mobile app.
But I can do that? Oh, hey, I can do that.
Yep, it's called service.
I can file a claim on here too?
Yeah, it's called service.
Whoa, I can call my agent too?
It's called service.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krekak, at 402-474-1173.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
NEPCO is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. NEPCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEPCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Play ball! Ready to unleash the fun with Salt Dogs Baseball? Join us at Haymarket Park for 50 action-packed games running through August. Stay ahead of the game by visiting saltdogs.com for updates on exciting promotions, giveaways, and events happening each week. Experience a change-up from your typical family night, or make it a Grand Slam good time with friends and coworkers. Strike three, you're out! Don't miss the fun happening all summer long. Visit saltdogs.com to get your tickets and unleash the fun.
This is the Happy Hour
You guys going to happy hour?
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America.
Yeah, I'll come for a couple.
Here are your hosts, Nick Sainert.
I am a huge guy.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
C is for chunk.
Brought to you by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. This is the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert and Rico with you. Hello, Rico.
Killer.
How's the day?
Great. Got some delicious barbacoa tacos from Tipsy Tina's.
Shout out to our friends at Tipsy Tina's, providing our staff lunch every Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, if you will. They said that they made Vershawn some sweet potato tacos last week, and there's some culprit that ate them. But Vershawn claims that he did not eat them. But ultimately,
I bet they were good.
I'm sure they were delicious because we have not had a bad thing from Tipsy Tina's Taco Cantina down there, 8th and Q in the Haymarket.
I did mention to them how much I love their chorizo breakfast tacos.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, because before we had this great space, we used to do our ticket tailgates down at the corner of Tipsy Tina's.
And those early games, those early tailgates, I would always get me a chorizo breakfast taco.
Yep.
Devour. Well, I get 3 of them. And just devour them.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Real quick.
Fantastic.
So thank you so much to our friends at Tipsy Tina's Taco Cantina down there, 8th and Q in the Haymarket, for providing our staff with lunch every Tuesday. They brought carne asada 2 weeks ago. They said this is their third weekend that they've done it for us on Tuesdays. Brought carne asada that was delicious 2 weeks ago. They brought I can't remember what they brought it was a shredded, it wasn't beef barbacoa because that's what we had today. And I think they brought like a shredded chicken last week.
I believe that's what it was last
Man,
week.
it was good.
Hey, whatever it was good.
And we really appreciate Tipsy Tina's, our friends down there, 8th and Q in the Haymarket. As always, 402-464-5685. The Honda of Lincoln hotline and the Starter Heyman text line are open for you guys the entire show today, as well as the Starter Heyman Jewelers live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Allo Channel 961, all places for you guys to get in touch with the program, as well as you can follow us on Twitter ourselves, Nick_Sainert at Radio Rico AC, and obviously at the stations at 937 The Ticket. We have plenty of stuff to get to throughout the course of the next 45 minutes or so. Nebraska reveals their second set of single-digit numbers today. We'll probably hear from Matt Rule, I would assume, at some point this week. And he'll go into a little bit more detail in that regard. We're going to get to that in the second segment, maybe when we have a little bit more time to dive into it. I have plenty of stuff to talk about in Major League Baseball. You guys might remember Wander Franco and his whole situation off the field. That is just pretty quickly after he signed an 11-year, $182 million contract extension with the Tampa Bay Rays, hasn't played in a little over a year. I think it's been a year and a week since he played his last Major League Baseball game with the Tampa Bay Rays, currently in a Dominican Republic prison. But very interesting situation there.
Things are happening.
And we're going to be very, very careful on just reporting the facts that we know regarding and surrounding Wander Franco. We might get to that in the spillover. We still haven't talked about the potential 6-inning minimum for starting pitchers in Major League Baseball that we wanted to get to last week. And so we'll probably do that at some point throughout the course of the show today. But then also, and this is what I really want to start off with, The Athletic wrote an article, and it actually interviewed, and it's from Stuart Mandel. It interviewed some of the top college football coaches in the country, Kalen DeBoer, Kirby Smart, and Dan Lanning, some of the more notable names. And it is headlined, "The College Football Playoff has more games than ever. What does that mean for players?" And that was always one of the concerns or question marks that surrounded just even a 4-team playoff, was that there's going to be a couple of more games for college football players. And obviously those concerns were surfaced back before 2014 and before the inaugural college football playoff. But ultimately, now we're looking at, you're going to have at least 3 more games if you make it all the way to the championship, at least 3 more games. Or for some teams, you might only have
2 more games if you play in a conference championship and then you play in the quarterfinals and the semifinals. But there's a risk that certainly goes into that. And I kind of want to work it back to a Nebraska conversation because I think there is an avenue for that. And what I mean by that is Kirby Smart specifically said this. And this is why I believe probably Kirby Smart in Georgia may be set up as well as anybody. Obviously, they've won multiple titles back-to-back these last couple of years. But Kirby Smart said this to Stuart Mandel of The Athletic. He said he texted with other SEC coaches during the spring and asked whether they plan to do anything different regarding the postseason. And he goes, quote, coaches are going to cut back some, but as we get after the SEC championship game, we cut back anyway. We don't practice as long. We don't hit as much. We actually give our threes way more reps. It would just be multiple weeks of doing that. He also added in there, this is Kalen DeBoer, the new Alabama head coach, who, don't forget, had 3 NAIA championships out in Sioux Falls.
He knows how to win. Where
they played 4 postseason games, 4 additional postseason games in the NAIA level. He said, and last year with Washington, they played a 15-game season. And this is what Kalen DeBoer said. He said, quote, if you can get guys on the field during the regular season because you have a lead in hand, you can get the 2s and 3s some reps. It makes you deeper. It helps you keep guys fresher, and your risk of injury goes down. You should do that anyway, but you're more conscious of it when you've been through playoff runs where it's more than 2 games. So Kalen DeBoer has a pretty interesting perspective on it as well.
So there's one thing to say that when you're at a Georgia or an Alabama where there are a few games on your schedule where you're going to have a lead and you'll be able to get the 2s and the 3s in, but it's a completely different thing if you're Vanderbilt or, in this case, Nebraska, where there's not a lot of games on your schedule where you're going to have a big enough lead where you can put your 2s and 3s in and get them reps that maybe they wouldn't be getting in practice, or being able to play some more of those guys in order to get them some more reps to be a deeper team. Like if you're in Alabama and a Georgia, you're already you're deep because of the recruiting you've done and obviously some of the coaching that you've done to build up some of those lower recruits, those high 3 stars or low 4 stars, whatever you have on your roster as a perennial national championship contender. But for schools, even in Iowa, who never really has a gigantic lead because they don't have an offense, but a team that's really good, you're playing your 1s a lot more than you're playing your 2s and your 3s. So you're going to have to get them more reps in practice so they're ready to keep going in those games. I understand wanting to get them rest if you do believe you're going to make a big playoff run, and everybody wants to believe they're going to make a deep playoff run and play more games. But at the same time, you're still going to need your 1s to have a lion's share of the practice reps so that you can, at some point, hopefully build a big enough lead to get your backups in.
It makes me interested in, and we'll never know the concrete or specific answer to this, but it makes me interested into wondering, as my mind just wanders here. Years ago, when they instituted the 4-game redshirt rule, did they see these types of things coming to where they needed, and maybe they don't, but maybe they'll take credit for it now, because they institute these 4-game redshirt allowances, right? Where you can, and most of the time we see those play out in the earlier parts of the season, in the non-conference games. For Nebraska's case, in the moments against UTEP, or in the times against teams like Northern Iowa, right? Maybe not so much Colorado, but in those games where, you expect to have a somewhat of a handle on the football game, and you're talking about valuable reps against other teams' 1s. In actual game in an actual games like setting. And so I always wonder, and it's always easy to do so when you have hindsight, and everybody says, hindsight's 2020, and now we can look back and go, okay, what's the evolution of college football been? College football specifically. And it was, all right, we're going to start with the 2014, we're going to start with the 14 playoff because we're tired of computers making the decisions, and we don't feel like Auburn and Florida State were the best 2 teams in college football. In 2013, we don't feel like that should have been the national championship. We didn't feel like in years before that this team should have gotten in above this team. Okay, fine. So we'll do that 4-game part. Then it was, once the money becomes the amounts that it's becoming now, and as dramatic as it is, you're sitting there going, well, we want more. How do we get more? We provide more of this product. And so college football is going, we need to provide more playoff games. And fortunately enough, for the most part, the playoff games throughout the college football playoff have been pretty good. There's been a few shutouts.
Yeah.
Or excuse me, one shutout. The
Blowouts.
one that I can think of is Alabama and Michigan State. When Alabama beat Michigan State handily. And then the other one that I can think of is like the Notre Dame, when Notre Dame played against Bama.
There were those 3 years where the first round Oklahoma was just putting up
That's
massive
right.
numbers against the other team, but would never win.
That's right. Yeah. So I'm trying to look up the college football playoff
And
games.
it's not like you were having a ton of drama with the 5th or 6th teams that were getting left out until these last 2 years, where Kansas State beats TCU somehow still gets in, and then last year Florida State, who's undefeated, doesn't get in because the college football playoff committee is like, well, you don't have your starter, so you're not going to be very good. Your starting quarterback, you're not going to be very good, so we're going to leave you out. And you're looking at a Power 5 at the time, Power 5 conference champion being left out.
Yeah.
And that was really the last nail in the coffin. I'm pretty sure that it had been decided before then anyways that they were moving to 12, but that was definitely the last nail in the coffin of the 4-team play.
So I'm looking at some of the semifinals, and for the most part, the national championships have been really good.
Yeah.
But
Except for TCU,
some of the semifinals, like the first year in 2014, Oregon beat Florida State 59-20. But Ohio State beat Alabama that year 42-35 in the semis. And
that
then
was Jameis's last year at Florida State, wasn't it? That was when he fell down.
That
with
is
the
correct.
fumble. Yeah.
That's right. Then the following year, it was that 38-0 blowout from Alabama to Michigan State. But then since then, you've had games in the semis that are 29-23. And you had, that LSU team in 2019 was 63-28 over Oklahoma in the semis. But then you had like a 45-34 game, a 26-23 game in overtime, a 54-48 game in double overtime in 2017, a 35-31 game in 2016. So you've had a good enough product. Last year, actually the last couple of years, don't forget, in 2022, Georgia with that questionable PI or lack thereof in the end zone, Georgia beats Ohio State 42-41 because that was the game that they missed the field goal at the end.
Yes.
Ohio State did to knock off Georgia, and
their kicker who was Ohio
State was the 4 seed in that game. And even the other one between TCU and Michigan, it was 51-45. And so these are dramatic, high scoring games. Last year was great. A 27-20 game in overtime between Michigan and Bama, a 37-31 game between Washington and Texas. So the NCAA sat here and go, okay, well, what are we going to do now? Well, to generate even more money, let's provide more of this product. And
add 8 more teams.
And instead of Oregon, Florida State right off the bat, or instead of, who would it be? Ohio State, Georgia right off the bat, let's create a little suspense. Let's make them knock off a Penn State if you're Georgia. Let's make Georgia knock off, even if I saw one prediction had Texas State as the 12 seed.
Yeah, it's
go
let's
ahead.
Finally give that group of 5 team who's been clamoring for a spot in the playoff. Well, now you're all fighting against each other because it's the best group of 5 team. There's no guarantee you'll get in as a wild card, but you have that best group of 5 team finally getting in. And this is kind of the NCAA throwing them a bone. Damn, stop yelling at us.
So anyway, I think it's just funny kind of to look back at this evolution of college football to where it was 2014, first college football playoff. Now players had to figure out, okay, we got a couple extra games. We had a chance for 2 teams specifically to have 1 extra game on top of what would be their bowl game. In some, especially the playoff teams, you're talking about a couple of extra games because they probably more than likely played in the college or the conference championship. And then they had the semifinals and then ultimately the championship. And then now, so then they went on and said, okay, well, we're going to institute a 4-game redshirt rule where you can go ahead and play in 4 games if you're a younger guy. And so in a way that helps out, like Kalen DeBoer said, on the injury piece of it, and coaches have to manage that. And now it's this continuing the evolution, more money. Let's provide more of this product. We're going to expand the playoff to 12 teams. That's all the buzz this year in college football right now. That is all the buzz. Are you one of the 12 good enough teams to make it in.
It's going to be an interesting battle towards the end of the season to see what people are saying as a do you want to be one of the 2 best in your conference and play that extra game in the conference championship, or is your conference strong enough where you can be the 3rd best or the 4th best, not playing the conference championship, but then you do have that extra game in the first round of the college football playoff. If you're a conference champion, you get the bye. So it's going to be one of those where it's like, do we want to play this extra game here?
And obviously,
or do we want to wait for the bye?
I think obviously when it's all said and done, you do.
Yeah, like you want to be the champion of your conference, but also, do you want to play that extra game against a pretty tough opponent, or would you rather take that first round game where you're going to face the 3rd or 4th best team in the SEC, or you're going to face the 2nd best team in the Big 12, or Lord forbid Penn State matches up with like a Liberty in the first round.
Let's go to break. When we come back, we dive into Nebraska's 10. If you don't remember, it was actually from, I believe Matt Rule talked about, it was Al Golden, I believe, last year when Nebraska, they instituted this 10 toughest players that they wanted to provide single digits for. And so, Matt Rule said this last year. He said he got it from Al Golden, who was the head coach at Temple when Rule was there as the offensive coordinator. And when Rule took over as head coach, he kept it going at Temple and took it with him to Baylor. Last year, Matt Rule said, quote, "I got really tired of having a guy in my program who spent 3 years there as number 47, getting ready to play, and he wanted to wear number 1 or number 3, and he had to earn it, and then we would give it to a recruit. So what we decided was 1 through 9, now 0 through 9, would go to the 9 or 10 toughest guys on the team." We talk more about that, and we tell you who are the guys that are rocking the single digits this year for Nebraska football. They announced them just a little while ago, so we'll dive into that, give our thoughts. And there's a pretty interesting observation there as well. We'll do that coming up next on 93.7 The Ticket.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Sainert and at Radio Rico AC. More of Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Have you been told by your physician that your testosterone level is fine, but you don't feel fine? Get a second opinion. If your testosterone level is 200, 350, even 500, and you still have symptoms, come to Limitless Male. We treat the person and the symptoms, not the number. Our mission is for you to feel optimal again. So if you're tired all the time, no energy, brain fog, muscle loss, nothing left in the tank, get your free consult at limitlessmale.com.
Are you or someone you love struggling with substance use? The Bridge Behavioral Health in Lincoln offers outpatient therapy for those 19 and over. The Bridge is conveniently located in the South Haymarket and near city bus lines. With payment options through insurance and a sliding fee scale, services are available for any adult 19 and over seeking help. Call 402-477-3951 to learn more or schedule your appointment today. The Bridge Behavioral Health is a local substance use treatment facility offering hope and a solid foundation for recovery through substance use treatment and behavioral health interventions. It's the fall sports season, and that means that the school year is back in session and you're planning road trips for Nebraska football games and following your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Still using that old, outdated office phone system? You need better. At Hamilton, we offer solutions for the modern office. Whether you have an office full of staff or your employees work remotely and are on the go, seamless call handling is important. Elevate your communication and connect seamlessly with clients and staff with Hamilton Business Phone Systems. Choose better and hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-8255 5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Looking for a place to host a one-of-a-kind private game day experience for your staff or clients? Courtyard Marriott downtown is just blocks from the stadium and steps away from all the fanfare. You'll enjoy use of an entire entertainment space, including outdoor courtyard, accommodations for 250 plus guests. Party starts 3 hours before kickoff, and they'll clean up while you go and enjoy the game. Call Courtyard Marriott at 402-904-4800 for more info or to book your pregame party today. Limited dates available.
Are you ready to join a family-owned local company that values innovation, integrity, and excellence? Look no further than Lincoln Industries. They're hiring for first and third shift production roles, as well as multiple engineering and sales positions. Whether you're an engineer ready to design groundbreaking solutions or a sales professional eager to connect with clients, they've got a place for you. Come join their family. Visit www.lincolnindustries.com for more information.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time. Velocity Clinical Research is now seeking clinical trial participants in your area. Participants can receive compensation for study-related time. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. That's velocitytrials.com.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Early break.
I got criticized for people saying, this is not a punishment. I did not get the sleeper car. I could have really gone bougie here. I'm going to buy the sleeper car, have nobody near me, and sleep peacefully on this train. No, I took the common
You're
seat.
with the people.
I took the common
You were with the
seat.
people.
That's right. You're damn right.
Thank you.
In the common seat.
You're damn right I was.
I was.
You're damn right. You're damn right I was.
Early break from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. On the block with Strick and Austin.
The kicker from Iowa, I don't know. What's his name?
Yeah, what's his name?
What's his name?
What's his name?
Help me!
No, you need to give the name for your
I
point.
don't know.
Tory Taylor.
Tory Taylor.
Yeah, and you didn't say that.
That's what I meant.
That's how you said.
But I said Iowa.
But you didn't get the guy's name.
But what does
We're
that
asking
mean?
for the name.
I gave the team and the player.
You did not give the player. You gave the team and the position.
This is a cheat.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. You're listening to the Happy Hour.
We were in the middle of our tournament when my friend John said he found a body in the bushes over there.
With Nick Sainert.
I ran over there because I'm a healing monk to try and help, but obviously my magic wasn't strong enough because the dude's body was missing a head.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
So my friend decided to try and use a necromancer spell, which didn't work, which I knew it wouldn't.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
And apparently we contaminated the crime scene because that spell uses a lot of glitter.
Welcome back into the show. 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick and Rico with you. You can always reach out to us, 402-464-5685 on the Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line open for you guys, as well as the Starter Heyman Jewelers live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Allo Channel 961. Want to shout out our friends over at Empire Fence and Netting as well, located in Waverly, Nebraska. Their address, 14650 Woodstock Boulevard. in Waverly, Nebraska. Their phone number, 402-682-7658, especially after all the storms. Probably pretty busy over there at our friends Empire Fence and Netting. Speaking of Woodstock Boulevard, what about our friends at Linked Literacy?
Yeah.
Wordstock.
Oh, look at that.
Wordstock this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. We're going to be out there until probably like noonish. We're saying that we're out there till 11. We're going to be hanging out probably for a little bit after that.
Nick likes to talk, so he'll
I
be
do.
out there for a while.
After on Saturday, you got free books for all. You can bring books to share. You don't have to, though. Tons of family fun activities. You got booths. There's going to be food trucks, they said. It's their Link to Literacy's second annual Wordstock this Saturday, August 24th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. out at Antelope Park. So I want to make sure we bring people out there. I will be there. Austin will be there. DP's out there. Jay, Vershawn, those guys will be out there as well. So we're going to bring plenty of our team members out to Wordstock this Saturday at Antelope Park in Lincoln. All right, Nebraska football. They release their 10 single-digit players who were voted, and we put this word in quotations, toughest players on Nebraska football's roster this year. After a team-wide vote, the 10 players who were voted as the 10 single-digit players. And just a reminder, we were looking it up during the break. Offensive linemen are strongly, and this comes from the NCAA rule book, strongly recommended and encouraged to not wear any single-digit number. They're strongly encouraged to wear their 50 through 79 distinction.
That is the offensive lineman range for numbers.
Which, and that helps, you might be sitting wherever you're at and going, well, that's a pretty stupid rule. Defensive lineman can do it. Well, I think a big part of it is probably going to help out your offense. Number one. Number two, it helps out the referees in a way to where talking about ineligible players downfield, it makes it easier to track for the referees if they can look at a range of numbers rather than, okay, on this roster, is there an offensive lineman with a single digit? Who do I need to look out for? It just makes the job easier.
Can you imagine having number one as a center?
I can't.
All of a sudden, he ends up downfield with the ref doesn't throw the flag.
Doesn't have a clue.
He's like, it's a tight end. Nope, that's the center.
Even a tight end to wear number one is pretty strange.
A little weird.
So anyway, the 10 players that were voted for Nebraska football, a lot of defenders, a lot of guys on the defensive side to be specific.
Mostly defense.
9 of the 10 were, of the 10 were defensive players. Nash Hutmaker, Jamari Butler, and it goes 0 through 9 in this order. Nash Hutmaker, Jamari Butler is number 1. Isaac Gifford is number 2 once again. Marquise Buford Jr. is number 3. Jamal Banks, the Wake Forest transfer, is number 4. John Bullock retains his number 5. Tommy Hill is number 6. Malcolm Hartzog is number 7. Deshaun Singleton is number 8. And Ty Robinson is number 9. So once again, 9 of Nebraska's 10 voted the single digits are on the defensive side of the ball. The entire starting defensive backfield with Hill and Marquise Buford at corner, Gifford at rover, and Hartzog and Singleton, all of those guys earned a single digit. And so did the entire starting defensive front in Nash Hutmaker, Ty Robinson, and Jamari Butler.
That's one way to say that your defense is tough. One way to say one of my positions of concern was the defensive backfield. Well, I mean, based on what the coaching staff and what the players believe is that defensive backfield is pretty tough, pretty stacked in terms of talent-wise. If you've got those guys wearing single digits, it is one of the things Nick mentioning the offensive linemen not able to wear, or at least strongly encouraged to wear 50 through 79. Not seeing an offensive lineman obviously lined up with these 10, wondering if any of them were voted, because I believe the players make the votes on these, if any of those offensive linemen were voted by their teammates as some of the toughest players on this team. We'll hear from Rule on Friday. He'll probably mention if any of them were selected as single-digit numbers, but just couldn't wear them, as was Ethan Piper last year.
Exactly.
Who was voted for a single-digit number but couldn't wear it. We'll see. The glaring, not issue, but the glaring thing here is one lone offensive player, and it's a transfer wide receiver in Jamal Banks.
Yeah, and Downtown Scott said that. I'd be curious if any of the offensive line were considered since they can't wear single digits. But how did they honor Piper last year? Basically, they just mentioned him, and they were pretty open about it.
I don't think there was anything that they did. I don't know if there was
Because
like a helmet sticker or something.
Even Austin walked in and said, how can you? This was at the start of the show. He's like, how do you find a way to honor offensive linemen, right? Because you hope that at a place like Nebraska, we talk so much about their rich history so often, and if Nebraska gets back to whatever identity that they always dreamed about, and I think fans hope for, that's having a pretty dominant offensive line, which, they probably don't have that this year, and they didn't have it last year. But ultimately, last year, don't forget, Jeff Sims was also a single digit, right? There's a lot of this that's off the field, too, that plays a factor into it. Hutmaker, Gifford, Bullock, Singleton, and Ty Robinson. So 5 of the 10, they don't see a change, and they'll say wear the same single-digit number that they did in 2023. However, Jamari Butler, Jamal Banks, Tommy Hill, and Malcolm Hartzog are all the first-time single-digit earners on Nebraska football's roster. So there you have it.
What would you like for them to do if an offensive lineman gets selected as a single digit? Obviously, can't wear it.
I think the helmet
Like a
sticker,
helmet sticker
is an okay thing to do.
Just something on the helmet to be like, this is one of our toughest players. Obviously, can't wear the number.
I also just wonder. I also just wonder, like, what if there wasn't an offensive lineman considered?
You still mentioned
there's probably one, and the one I instantly think about is Ben Scott. I mean, he was one of your representatives at Big Ten Media Days.
I thought Bryce Benhart.
I think, obviously, and this is a team-wide vote, Matt Rule. I can already tell you what Matt Rule is going to say when we get to talk to him later this week. It's going to be, I'm not a part of that. I don't want to be a part of that. I want that to be a guys thing. Yep. I want that to be the team decision. It is a team-wide vote, but I don't know. I don't want to read so much into just single-digit numbers because it seems like such a low-hanging fruit topic to like criticize.
But
and
it's necessary.
Man, why is there no offensive lineman stepping up and being recognized? And we can't say anything about the defense because 9 of the 10 are
only one linebacker.
Well, there's that too.
Not enough numbers, maybe.
We've said we've had extensive discussions on the show though that there is some question marks around the linebackers.
Yes, we have.
Like Jamari Butler's obviously out there, but now especially you lose a sixth year guy in Javen Wright. It feels like you have the jack position and things like that, but it's like I think Rob Dvoracek in the years to come has probably his hands a little full.
Mm-hmm.
And when we talked to Steve Marek last week, and we'll talk to him tomorrow as well, is that in the years to come that linebacker room is pretty interesting just because there are some thinner numbers in terms of like what is in the room, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
You bring in Stephon Thompson, the transfer from Syracuse this year, is an interior guy. Obviously, John Bullock is still there, but you have to figure out a way to fill the void of Luke Reimer and Nick Henrich and those types of guys.
Your tackling machine, Luke Reimer, and your leader on and off the field in Nick Henrich. So
yeah.
My bigger question, and this is for everybody out there, 402-464-5685. Who takes the numbers that those players are giving up? Who takes number 11 from Cam Lenhart? Who takes, what was Jamari's number? Was he wearing 10? Yeah, who takes 10 from Jamari?
Jamari Butler is number 10, yep. Jamal Banks was
80.
Nash
and Ty were already in theirs.
Dylan Raiola and Malachi Coleman, still no clarity on the whole number 15 situation.
Maybe Malachi wears 80.
There you go.
Dylan is not wearing 15.
You're absolutely right. Yeah. And like Bill and Bennett says, and I agree with him, any old lineman wearing a single digit number would be extremely weird. And once again, from a referee standpoint, from an official standpoint, if Nebraska was playing against a team that had a single digit offensive lineman, and as far as I know, there's not many programs that do this. If any other programs do the whole single digit thing, Matt Rule said that he got it from Al Golden. I don't think Al Golden is a head coach anywhere currently. And so with that in mind, Nebraska, but just hypothetically speaking, let's say they're playing UTEP week 1 and Nebraska's in a 3-point lead and UTEP scores a last second touchdown. And you find out that your center was 25 yards down the field, but the officials didn't catch it because they saw number 5 even though he's a big number 5.
That's a stretched out 5.
Right, it's stretched out 5. I mean, there's that too. I mean, it's just like the visual piece of it.
Can you imagine like Ben Scott wearing like number 3 and like snapping the ball, pulling, and lighting somebody up?
No.
I can't see a 3 lighting somebody up right at the line of scrimmage.
I'm trying to find. So I unfortunately got. Here we go. Earlier today, I got to go through my history here real quick because.
Okay, so while you're
there
doing
it is.
that,
Okay,
Gino,
got
while
it.
you're doing that, Gino.
Yeah, Gino. That's what I was going to get to.
Yeah, they aren't required to wear it
because I wanted to get the exact wordage right. Gino asks, in that same vein, aren't offensive linemen required to wear 50, 60, or 70 something? And most of the time, yes, right? So this is from the NCAA rule book, Rule 1, Section 4, Article 1. It says, quote, strongly recommends numbering as follows for offensive players. Backs wear 0 to 49, offensive linemen wear 50 to 79, and ends wear 80 to 99. It says, otherwise, all players can be numbered 0 to 99. The NCAA makes no stipulation on defensive players, hence why Ty Robinson, Nash Hutmaker, and those guys can be voted the single-digit numbers. It says 2 players may also share the same number, although they may not play during the same down. Starting in 2020, their NCAA football season, the use of duplicate numbers was restricted to only 2 players on a team, and players were starting to be allowed to wear number 0. How about this? Rico, if I asked you, this comes once again from the NCAA rule book, Rule 1, Section 4, Article 1.
Oh, yeah, love it.
How many players have worn number 100 in NCAA history?
I think I saw this. I think it's
both did so as part of the centennial celebration in the 1960s.
They're both kickers.
They were both place kickers.
I don't know who.
Well, we said both. I asked how many.
Yeah, 2.
Both.
Yeah,
2
kickers.
Nice job, right? 2 kickers. West Virginia's Chuck Kinder did so in 1963 to commemorate the state of West Virginia's 100th anniversary. And Kansas's Bill Bell did so in 1969 to commemorate 100 years since the first organized college football contest.
Wow. Can we get double zeros? Like the NBA allows?
I don't think so.
Why?
Even just solo 0 is okay.
But I want double 0. I want Nash to wear double 0.
Professional football still has it to where if you're an offensive defensive lineman, you have to wear 50 to 79.
Yeah, 50 through 79.
Rules are a little bit different there.
Also,
kickers can't, in the NFL specifically, kickers can't wear numbers 50 to 90. 50 to 89, excuse me.
Yeah, they can wear 90s.
They can wear 90.
Yeah.
Alex Henry.
Shout out to the Penn State kicker who wore 99, by the way.
Single-digit kickers are becoming a thing, too.
Yeah, a little weird, but whatever. You do you. Quick observation. Shout out to Nash, and I understand that we all know that he wrestled and lost some weight.
Yeah.
That 0 is not very stretched out this year.
That's where it's really fascinating. Just like, I'll be interested to see Nash's season this year because Matt Rule made that comment. I can't remember if it was Matt Rule or Tony White. Made the comment, might have even been Terrence Knighton, made the comment of we're lining up Nash in different spots now.
Ooh.
And so what that means for Nash Hutmaker, well, who knows? We'll see what happens. I'm sure a lot of it will be inside.
Nash at defensive end.
There you have it. All right, let's take a break. We bring in Austin and Strick for the crossover coming up next on the Happy Hour.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring your friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Hurry, this deal ends soon.
See Home Club for details.
Play ball! Summertime is here, and so is another action-packed baseball season with the Lincoln Salt Dogs. Bring your whole crew to Haymarket Park to experience the magic under the lights and the thrill of the game. Enjoy daily specials like Wiener Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Fireworks Friday, and Family Fun Day Sunday, plus special events and discounts. Don't miss out on the excitement.
Strike three, you're out.
Visit saltdogs.com to see this week's promotions and secure your tickets to unleash the fun.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Looking for a place to relax and unwind after a busy day? Cigars Lounge at 8th and Q in the Haymarket is the perfect place to enjoy good company, a cocktail, and of course a cigar. Visit Cigars Lounge on Tuesdays for Top Shelf Tuesday and enjoy 50% off select spirits. Cigars Lounge offers Perdomo, San Cristobal, Rock Patel, and more of the top stogie brands that you know and love. But that's not all. If you mention this ad between noon and 5 p.m., you'll receive 15% off your entire tab just by mentioning the ticket. Check out Cigars Lounge today at 8th and Q in the Haymarket.
Still using that old, outdated office phone system? You need better. At Hamilton, we offer solutions for the modern office. Whether you have an office full of staff or your employees work remotely and are on the go, seamless call handling is important. Elevate your communication and connect seamlessly with clients and staff with Hamilton Business Phone Systems. Choose better and hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
What's the radon level at your home? Don't know? Find out with a call to Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Make sure your home is safe with a radon check from Bryant. If you've already tested, ask Bryant for a free estimate for mitigation. Once completed, you'll get a report showing how much safer your home is. When it comes to radon, call Bryant 467-1111 for testing and mitigation. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Looking for a place to host a one-of-a-kind private game day experience for your staff or clients? Courtyard Marriott downtown is just blocks from the stadium and steps away from all the fanfare. You'll enjoy use of an entire entertainment space, including outdoor courtyard, accommodations for 250 plus guests. Party starts 3 hours before kickoff, and they'll clean up while you go and enjoy the game. Call Courtyard Marriott at 402-904-4800 for more info or to book your pregame party today. Limited dates available.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road. All right, it's time for Final Jeopardy. It's been a tight contest today that all comes down to this final question. No summer picnic or family get-together or trip to the lake is complete without this particular item. Let's go first to Bob.
What is beer?
No, that's not it. Think about the kids. Over to you, Farley.
What is corn on the cob?
Tough to grill that on a boat. Wrong again. Grace, this time for the win.
What is Bure's cheese spread?
We have a winner! Bure's cheese spread, available in most local grocers in Nebraska.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
LES is proud to be powered by your family, your friends, your neighbors, local people serving local people. Learn more about what a career at LES can offer you at les.com/careers.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today: scattered showers possible this morning. And partly sunny skies expected this afternoon. We'll see a high around 82. Tonight, partly cloudy skies with a low around 65. And tomorrow, mostly sunny skies return. A light breeze and a high around 86. I'm meteorologist Kyle Pecker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert.
I vomited last night.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
I literally vomited. I threw up.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert and Rico with you. 402-464-5685. We are now joined for the crossover as we get you ready for On the Block with Strick and Austin by the two names that I just mentioned, Austin Orman and Eric Strickland. Gentlemen, what's up?
What's up?
There it is. Nice and easy.
That
Just
barbacoa
nice
on
and
Taco
smooth.
Tuesday. Let me tell you.
I know, right? We talked about at the start that Tipsy Tina's showed out, and they've shown out the last couple of weeks for us. The beef barbacoa tacos today. Appreciate them. As always, 8th and Q down in the Haymarket. Gentlemen.
They've been good since last year.
I know, right? I know.
They
ever
also,
since we've gone.
They also, something that they're not going to bring here, margaritas. Woo, buddy.
Yeah, that's right.
Margaritas
That's
they
right.
got there.
I always, and this was before I actually started going to the games. So last year was the first year that I had the media pass to go to the games, and we didn't obviously do pre-games down there. Last year, it was 2 years ago. I was still over 21 though, and I dabbled in Mai Tais. That was when I found out I enjoyed Mai Tais. I don't care what that makes me. I don't care if that does make me anything. I liked my Mai Tais.
Big Mai Tai guy.
They try to tease me when I do that, too.
those like 11 a.m. kickoffs. It was like either because it was I would dabble in the margarita game, but it was like you know what, I want something different. And at that time of the morning, like it's 7:30 or 8 a.m. you're like, I don't want the hard liquor. Just give me the Mai Tai.
just something
Or
nice.
the pina colada.
Or the pina
I'm a
colada.
mimosas guy.
Yeah.
You're a mimosa guy.
I'm a mimosa
Hey,
guy.
Really?
Yeah.
The mimosas down there are also fire. They just everything down at Tipsy Tina's is delicious.
I've got to say they are.
It's all fantastic.
do it.
I'm just, look, if I can get me a nice margarita with a breakfast taco, I'm
breakfast
set.
taco.
I'm set for the rest
Slam.
of the day. I'm set.
Yes, the breakfast tacos are incredible.
Set for the rest of the day.
I-
Except for Nebraska kept losing. so
I
it
don't know
ruined
if
it for me.
I've ever said this. So a buddy of mine, he now works at a TV station out west. We used to get together every Tuesday night and go to Tipsy Tina's, just hang out. And it was just him and I. But it would always be like during the sports season because we were in college. And so we'd always have games to watch. But we would hang out there. It would be every Tuesday night. We'd meet up at like 6:30 and we would not leave until probably like 11. And it was like the cheese and bean dip was incredible. We'd have a couple of tacos. We'd have some drinks. We'd take some shots, and then we'd leave, and it would be chill. Like that was just what it was. It was an every Tuesday type of thing.
The good old days.
The good old days. Life
Hey.
was so much simpler.
Nice straight. That sounds like a nice. You ever invited to a Tuesday? No, I'm
Yeah.
That's just
I
you
didn't.
and your
I
boy.
was not
They
close
don't-
to you
they
guys.
don't invite me to
I was
nothing.
Strick. You lied. Why don't you ever invite me over to a housewarming party?
I have already.
No, you have not.
When are we all?
definitely
Yeah, when are we
have.
coming over to? You've been
We
in
need to
there
warm
for
your
a while,
house.
but we need to warm your house.
We need to warm your house.
invited you guys.
We don't
and
know
gave
where
you
you
all
live.
the information.
There's a
Never
lot. There's a
told
lot
us.
of golf
Detailed
courses and
information.
lakes. We know you live on one of those.
Yes,
On both of those.
Yeah, maybe
On a
I
golf
can.
course
But
and a
those
lake.
You guys erased and deleted the message I sent you.
Strick,
From which phone?
Strick, I would never.
Only have one phone.
Okay.
Thanks, Kevin Gates.
There. Anyway, I do appreciate this text from Cole. He says, not sure if you guys have gotten to the most important news of the day. Backyard Sports and Pablo Sanchez are back.
The greatest damn baseball player ever.
So this comes from Sports Illustrated. Beloved Backyard Sports video game franchise is officially returning. I don't know about you guys. I always played it on the computer.
Yep.
Is that where everybody played it?
I don't think it was anywhere else.
It was specifically for me, my 4th and 5th grade computers in elementary school is where I played the most of it. Went over to a friend's house and played a version as well. But let's not overlook the fact that Bobby Witt Jr. single-handedly brought back backyard baseball. He homers with the Pablo Sanchez.
Is that right?
Okay.
He resurrects the franchise.
All right. Let's not act like that wasn't going to happen before.
So
I
I
haven't been able to really play baseball. Like I don't know. I used to play it on the earlier versions of PlayStation, like MLB.
Okay.
Yeah.
I used to like it, but then it just seemed like it got so difficult to try to like. I was like
to hit and to pitch.
It got too realistic.
It got too realistic.
It got too realistic.
It got too realistic for a guy that played in the minors. For a guy that played professionally.
Even the computer making
it
it only
seems so
left-handed.
long. But think of how long it is to play.
Hey, Strick,
It does take a while.
Strick's the
Yeah.
one
Oh
that
my
puts it on
God, bro.
dynamic
The
difficulty, and instead of it increasing the difficulty as you get better, it gets worse.
Hey, no,
it gets easier.
Hey, no lie. I put it on dynamic difficulty, and it'll go up to like a certain one, and then and then I cap it, and then or I don't cap it, it just gets capped, and it starts lowering because I'm just like I can't hit the ball, I can't pitch. I'm giving up home runs, and it's like okay, you need to.
So this is I love the start of this article. It says grab your glove, hop on your bike, and race to Steel Stadium because the iconic backyard sports franchise is officially coming back to a neighborhood near you. Playground Productions, a production company dedicated to creating family-friendly content, shout out to family-friendly content, announced Tuesday that the beloved video game series is returning in the coming months with the same aesthetic of the games released in the late 90s and early 2000s.
Love it.
See, I was
the original backyard sports game titled Backyard Baseball was released in 97, debuting the iconic cast of Backyard Kids characters like Pablo Sanchez, Stephanie Morgan, Kenny Kawaguchi, Pete Wheeler, and more.
Hey, Wheeler
Ahmed.
was so fast.
That's right.
Ahmed
That's right.
Khan.
Wasn't? Yeah.
You guys know all the names.
Hey, Wheeler could move though.
Hold on.
Big
We got
Wheeler fan.
hold on. Time out. Backyard
Keisha
characters.
Phillips was also a baller. The Weber twins were my
Oh,
aces.
Yes.
Weber twins were my aces.
Okay, hold on. We got. Oh my gosh, we got the whole
I
list.
think Ashley was the ace and Sydney was the third baseman.
That is right. Ashley Weber, Sydney Weber.
There you go.
Billie Jean Blackwood,
not bad.
Ernie Steele, Jorge Garcia,
Solid.
Tony Del Vecchio.
Tony
Del Vecchio.
The Tony D show.
Gretchen Hasselhoff, Mikey Thomas, Pablo Sanchez, Dante Robinson,
Mikey was my boy.
Kenny, Amir Khan, Vicky Kawaguchi. What's this Reese one? Worthington. Worthington.
Yeah.
That's right. Jeez Louise,
Love
man.
it.
This is
Love it.
Pete Wheeler, Lisa Crockett, Ricky Johnson, Dmitry Petrovich, Sally Dobbs.
Sally, yep.
Yep. So, man, there you go. So, backyard baseball, though, coming back. My goodness. This is great.
The two best stadiums were Playground Commons and Ekman Acres.
Okay, there you go. There you have it.
Hey, Keisha Phillips used to hit bombs though.
She did. That is correct.
Playground Productions did not confirm if they will work with professional sport leagues to feature their athletes in the games, but additional announcements are expected to roll out in the near future.
I wanted to be Dante Robinson when I grew up because he got the afro.
True. Well, you've definitely worked.
Okay,
on
was
that.
backyard baseball better with or without the major leaguers?
I think it was better without.
I don't need the major leaguers.
It was so fun playing with major league guys, but it almost felt like the game was on easy mode.
Yeah.
When you could draft them. So I love just having the rotating cast of kids in the neighborhood.
This was the game where this is how I learned, like, okay, this is how in a wiffle ball, we're going to choose who's home and away. Grab the bat and do each hand on top of each hand and figure out who's going to be home or away.
Yep.
Because they had that graphic in the game.
Yeah. Hey,
it will be funny if they release it on like PlayStation 5. You're playing backyard baseball on PS5.
I would. Nick, did you when you're playing that game, did you sit there and think, I want to be sunny day when I grow up?
Absolutely.
This is sunny day.
It's great. It's great. Anyway,
she was doing play-by-play.
Yep, there you have it. All right, guys, what's coming up on the show today?
We will first dive into maybe some single-digit number talk, but two guys that transferred out of Nebraska's program are not starting for their teams in week one. We'll mention that. Mikey Daniel coming in studio. He'll be here at 2:30. play the shootout. It's been a while. See if the champ's fired up and ready to go, or if the morning workout got him. Predicting the 10 most watched games of the college football season, and what would it mean for the NBA if Jeff Bezos bought the Celtics?
All right, all that and more coming up in just a few minutes on 93.7 The Ticket. Make sure you stay tuned for that. Little news just as of the last 5 minutes. Sarah Weber has been named the Big Ten Offensive Player of the Week after her 3-goal performance against Colorado State. So Nebraska soccer trying to get back on the right track after losing their opener to the Oklahoma State Cowgirls. That'll do it for us here on the Happy Hour. Make sure you stick around. On the Block with Stricken Austin is coming up next.
Adios.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue. It's hard to choose a favorite at Hog Wild, but I'd have to say it's their award-winning ribs. Hog Wild buys their meat from those who share their high-quality standards, then hand rubs each slab with their famous seasoning blend and slow smokes them over hickory each and every day for flavor and tenderness you're gonna keep coming back for. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Cigars Lounge at 8th and Q in the Haymarket is the perfect place to enjoy good company, a cocktail, and of course a cigar. Visit Cigars Lounge on Tuesdays for Top Shelf Tuesday and enjoy 50% off select spirits. Cigars Lounge offers Perdomo, San Cristobal, Rock Patel, and more of the top stogie brands that you know and love. But that's not all. If you mention this ad between noon and 5 p.m., you'll receive 15% off your entire tab just by mentioning the ticket. Check out Cigars Lounge today at 8th and Q in the Haymarket.
All right, it's time for Final Jeopardy. It's been a tight contest today that all comes down to this final question. No summer picnic or family get-together or trip to the lake is complete without this particular item. Let's go first to Bob.
What is beer?
No, that's not it. Think about the kids. Over to you, Farley.
What is corn on the cob?
Tough to grill that on a boat. Wrong again. Grace, this time for the win.
What is Bure's cheese spread?
We have a winner! Bure's cheese spread, available in most local grocers in Nebraska.
Looking for a place to host a one-of-a-kind private game day experience for your staff or clients? Courtyard Marriott downtown is just blocks from the stadium and steps away from all the fanfare. You'll enjoy use of an entire entertainment space, including outdoor courtyard, accommodations for 250-plus guests. Party starts 3 hours before kickoff, and they'll clean up while you go and enjoy the game. Call Courtyard Marriott at 402-904-4800 for more info or to book your pregame party today. Limited dates available.
Riddle's Jewelry is excited to be celebrating 65 years. 65 years of so many incredible memories celebrating with each of your special moments. In celebration of the 65th Riddle's Jewelry anniversary, we will be offering up to 40% off all engagement rings and all diamond fashion jewelry. The excitement doesn't stop there. Riddle's Jewelry is also offering 18 months, 0% interest and $0 down financing on all qualifying purchases. Riddle's Jewelry has